Alright, so I did a part one on this video. Uh, this is part two, and this is going to explain the full story. So just pay attention, man.
Are y'all tapped into this DoorDash girl story that's been going crazy and viral? This is one of the craziest, most psychotic things and most psychotic people I think I've ever witnessed on social media. It is also one of the quickest growl of justice we've ever witnessed, bro. This is the fastest I think I've ever seen the internet collectively acknowledge their faults and wrongs and go against someone after being on their side. The reason why so many people flip-flop with this story is because a lot of people entered into the story halfway through. Like halfway through the drama. Because TikTok did a pretty good job at deleting or erasing the earlier videos that she dropped explaining this drama. So a lot of people only came into this drama or into this story when she was explaining how she's been wronged by the infrastructures in the system. And you know us, bro, we love to hit on corporate, all right? We love to hit on big companies, right? We just love it. So she's a DoorDasher, okay? She delivers food for a living. DoorDashers to me is the most important job in the world, bro. Y'all know, bro. I'm big boy, man. I love to eat. And my DoorDasher hold it down, bro. All right. They come upstairs, 5 floors, right? They take the elevator, they follow the instructions, and they deliver. So I don't know how to come downstairs. They handle it well. So one night she's delivering DoorDash, and the instructions is leave my food at the door. When she gets there, she drops off the food, but then she noticed something. Now, a lot of people did not see the original video. So I'm gonna take you through the thought process and the process of how the majority of people discover the information, okay? Instead of talking about what's in the original video, we're gonna act like that video don't exist for now. The first video that a lot of people saw was her saying, hey, I went to this house, this dude flashed me. He showed me his weed, he flashed me, and he essayed me when I was delivering his food. I got it all on camera.
See, that's what the other video told us. That's basically what the other video told us. You feel me?
Called the police. The police did nothing. I called DoorDash. DoorDash did nothing. This is wrong. I need justice.
Here's an update for anybody who's interested. I commented, but my comment's getting buried in my comment section. I reported this to DoorDash over 12 hours ago, and they're supposed to call me back, which is strange because I've reported a couple less serious incidents before, and they called me back within 1 to 2 hours for those reports. So I don't know what's going on there, but I didn't report this to the police last night because I wasn't sure of DoorDash's process for like SA, or if this was even reportable to the police in New York State because he was in his home. But after so many people told me to report this to the police, I did. And I called the non-emergency line, and they sent a police officer over to speak to me in person and watch the video that I have. And then he asked me to email it to him, and he asked me if I want to press charges, like what do I want to come from this? And I said, yeah, if there are charges to press, I would prefer that because I don't want this to happen to somebody else again. And he understood that, the police officer, and then he went back out to his car, and then he came back to me, and he told me, like, this is pretty much verbatim. It's not verbatim, but, like, it's the point that he said. He said he's not sure if there are charges that can be pressed at this point because he was inside of his house, and specifically he said it's not like he came up to his door with it out, or, like, his window with it out, or whatever. But it's like, come on now. That is voyeurism. That is exhibitionism. That was something against my own will that I was fulfilling for that man. Oh, and I forgot to say, the police officer said he was going over to the residence of that DoorDash customer to speak to him and see what his side of the story is, what he has to say about what was going on with him. And then another major factor that we're not even considering is that man lives in a duplex. In that video, you'll see another door next to his. That's another apartment unit right next to his. That could be a family. Anybody could walk out. See, listen, if I wasn't the target, you still shouldn't be whacking it off, whether you're drunk or under the influence of any substances, with your door wide open regardless, because anybody could walk out and get assaulted from that, seeing what you're doing on your couch. It could be a child. Anybody could come up on your porch and see that. Anybody walking by on the sidewalk and accidentally getting a glance would be a victim.
Whacking off, exposing himself to you? Huh? And the police said because he didn't physically come to the door, they can't charge you with nothing? DoorDash not doing nothing? This woman's a victim. People were upset and angry. People was tagging DoorDash, cancel subscription. You know how hard it is to cancel that DoorDash subscription. You know how hard it is, man, to cancel that DoorDash subscription.
Especially if you a big dude, for sure.
All right, to opt in to DoorDash fees, opt in to longer times when you could just pay that $9.99 and erase the fees and get priority every time. Oh, come on, bruh. This was martyrdom. People were sacrificing themselves to speak up for this chick, and it got worse and even louder once she came back and let the world know that DoorDash was actually terminating her as a dasher because of this incident. People couldn't believe what they were saying. Huh? You got fired when he did that to you?
Hey guys, so DoorDash just deactivated me 2 days after I reported my sexual assault. Hey guys, I just lost my job, and they won't tell me why. They're supposed to send an email immediately after deactivation providing you the reason why and a link to appeal, and they didn't. So I contacted support, and they made me sit on the phone with them for 15 minutes just to tell me that they can't tell me the reason why, and I have to just go ahead and appeal without knowing why. So my chances of getting my account back, they have my money in that account. I was working! I was literally working! And they deactivated me! This is related. They just punished me for posting about my sexual assault while DoorDashing. They just fired me! And the police are doing nothing! I lost my job! And that was my only way to make money to pay my bills!
Now listen, I know how to spot crazy. So when I see her get upset, but the facial expression didn't change.
Only way to make money to pay my bills!
Now listen, I know how to spot.
Hey, he said the facial expression did not change at all. He not wrong about that.
So when I see her get upset, but the facial expression didn't change. When I see her smiling while getting upset and the facial expression didn't change, what struck in my head was, oh, she loves this. Oh, being viewed as a victim gives her rocks off.
Yeah.
This was probably the first time where I was getting a little suspicious. DoorDash firing you? And the story is exactly how you were saying it happened? I don't know, man. I don't know about this one. I don't know, man. And just seeing her smile while telling this story, while talking about getting fired, it just came across as, oh my God, she's loving this, man. She is relishing in the opportunity of being a victim. This is like the dream for any content creator in 2025 to be considered a victim by millions of people. You can essentially grift thousands of dollars. You can essentially grift thousands of subscribers. This could launch your social media career. You could be like a hero for millions of people. Oh, she was relishing in it from my perspective, and I was getting a little bit suspicious. And as the story developed some more, it just got more suspicious.
Hey guys, so yep, I really lost my job. Within less than 24 hours after me submitting my appeal, they denied it. You guys, my account is currently at risk of being banned because I had to explain my story one time, right? They took the video down and gave my account a strike. So I explained my story again and censored the video that I have just so they can't take it down for the same reason. They took it down for the same reason again, and now my account has a second strike. Guess what? If I get one more strike, I'm banned from TikTok. So not only did I get assaulted 3 days ago on October 12th,
Hold on, I'm finna show y'all something.
that I have when gave my account banned. Submitting my appeal, they denied it.
So this whole time she hasn't had any clothes on at all. She hasn't put no clothes on at
You
all.
guys, my account is currently at risk of being banned because I had to explain my story one time, right? They took the video down and gave my account a strike. So I explained my story again and censored the video that I have just so they can't take it down for the same reason. They took it down for the same reason again.
You notice that you don't have any clothes on, right?
And now my account has a second strike. Guess what? If I get one more strike, I'm banned from TikTok. So not only did I get assaulted 3 days ago on October 12th on Sunday, I then lost my job. The police are doing nothing. And if I get one more account strike on TikTok, my account's done. This is a man's world. I'm the victim. Remember, I'm the victim.
I'm the victim. Remember, I'm the victim. Don't ruin my moment. I'm the victim. DoorDash said, okay, enough of the effery, bruh. DoorDash said, hey, bruh, enough of the... DoorDash did something I ain't ever seen DoorDash do. I didn't even know DoorDash did this. DoorDash took the TikTok to respond back to her. I've never witnessed, and anything like this. But DoorDash said enough of the effery, right? DoorDash took to TikTok themselves and wrote their own paragraph, their own response to her. And boy, it ain't end well for her. The DoorDash response is, we've seen some tough and sensitive posts over the past few days, and we want to clear the air. No one should ever have to experience SA harassment, and DoorDash never deactivates someone for reporting it, full stop. We take these reports incredibly serious and work closely with law enforcement to investigate and support those affected. In this case, the Dasher let us know about an experience that made them feel unsafe. And that's exactly what we always want Dashers to do. Our team immediately began investigating and has been in direct contact with law enforcement and is prepared to fully support any of their efforts. However, posting a video of a customer in their home and disclosing their personal details publicly is a clear violation of our policies. This is the sole reason that this Dasher's account was deactivated, along with the customers, while we investigated. We also ensure that the Dasher has full access to their earnings. We know these are sensitive situations, and we want every Dasher to know, if you ever feel unsafe or experience something concerning, come to us. We're here to listen, act, and support. For the majority of people, this was the first time they've heard any pushback. And that's what encouraged them to go and seek out the original video. But the original video was harder to find than anything in the world. It was harder to find than Santa Claus on January 1st. So what happened is, people found a second video she made before TikTok took down that video. In that video, she somewhat showed exactly what took place, and she somewhat showed or re-explained the situation. And after people seen this video, that's when everybody was like, hold on. You tripping, short.
Now the truth coming out.
And it went from, I'm a victim, to you a monster. And you owe that man an apology. You try to ruin his life with false allegations.
Guys, so DoorDash just deactivated me 2 days after I reported my sexual assault. 2 days ago on October 12th, 2025, I was a victim of SA by a DoorDash customer while I was doing my job as a DoorDash driver, and I got it on video. The customer who committed a crime against me requested that their order be left at their front door, and when I arrived to their house, their front door was wide open. It was 59 degrees Fahrenheit, all of their lights were on, and they were sleeping on the couch within eyesight of the front door with their pants and underwear pulled down to their ankles. This person's name is Austin, and their last initial is N. I reported this to DoorDash and the police, and DoorDash luckily banned the customer, but the police are doing nothing. I also posted the video that I have of the proof to TikTok, and after a day and a half of it going completely viral, TikTok took down the video for suggested content and gave my account a strike. They've also denied my appeal to have it reinstated. I'm absolutely reposting the video again, but with a little censor blur so it can't be removed for the same reason, because this is literally the only justice I'm getting.
No matter how badly the world has done you, no app wants that on their platform. They don't care how badly you've been done. At a certain point, they don't want that on their platform at all, and they do not care. And that's the problem. People don't really care about, like, the world don't really care about the people. They just care about making money for themselves. Look at Roblox, man. They don't care about the people on the platform. They just care about making money. You need Robux to buy everything on the app. But yet, you can't get any Robux for free. You can't win the game, get Robux. You can't do no events and get Robux. You can't play a game and get at least 1 or 2. You can't do that. With 2K, you can play My Career. You need about 500,000 to $1 million VC to get a decent player. But if you play a game, you only get about 3 to 1,000 VC. So you know what that means? You're gonna have to play over 100,000 games just to be decent. 100,000, like, bro, that's outrageous. You have to. They want your money, bro. At the end of the day, they want you to pay for stuff, and then they want you to pay for the stuff while you're using it. Like, it's crazy.
In the wake of my victimhood, the police are doing nothing to prevent or stop this man from doing it again, and they're not doing anything to punish him for already having done it.
Y'all see, she just want to look cute. That's it. Y'all can tell she just want to look cute.
So the only justice I'm going to get is the fact that he's banned off the platform and that video went viral and now he can live with that shame and embarrassment, then that's what it's going to have to be.
Once people seen this, all hell broke loose. All hell broke loose. The man was on his couch, passed out, asleep, probably drunk as a bug, asleep on his couch, passed out. Now here's the thing. People who saw the original video claimed that she stated the door was creaked open and she pushed it open a little bit to see if he was coming out. And then she seen him and began to record. But because that original video is no longer available and nobody, I guess, recorded it or screenshotted it, we don't know. But let's just say her story, the door was wide open. Why ain't you just drop off the order and leave? The man is passed out on the couch, asleep, on flat, like on soft. Now listen, if he had an erection and he was on that couch like this, I could understand you thinking, man, yeah, voyeurism. He's on soft, passed out, hanging up like sleep. You couldn't even see anything. He's on soft, he's acting like he's like this. Oh my. And you said you was as safe as if that.
Cause listen, I'm gonna tell y'all one story, all right? Cause this reminded me of something. I was doing a DoorDash order, right? And I had to go to this restaurant to pick up some food. Excuse me. And DoorDash got this thing where, like, sometimes they get the closing on the restaurant wrong. So they just send it around to people. They send it to people. You feel me? Somebody might cancel it because they found out the restaurant closed, so they send it to somebody else. And I guess I was the one that got it, you feel me, after somebody canceled it. And I went to the restaurant to find out it was closed. When I got to the restaurant door, it was a lady with her, you feel me, with no shirt on, with no bra on, you feel me, and some underwear. She only had underwear on, and she was mopping up the restaurant. You see what I'm saying? She was just walking around mopping up the restaurant with no clothes on. And I guess her husband was walking around there too, but he had all his clothes on. He had his shoes, socks, shirt, pants, all that. He had all his clothes on. You feel me? But for some reason, she ain't had nothing on, so I seen all of it. Gang, that ain't had nothing to do with me. That has zero to do with me. Period. It has zero. The door's closed. I walked back to my car and left. But as a man, I feel like it's different. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I seen that woman as attractive because she wasn't really my type, woo. But as a woman, if a man can go through that and just turn the other cheek, you can too. Just keep it real. You don't gotta do the most to try to. This is the thing about the culture in 2025, the social media culture. Everybody is looking for that instant break, that viral moment. Everybody's looking for that clip farming moment. Everybody want that. So they'll do the most disgusting and outrageous things, and they will force it. You see what I'm saying? Man, the culture nowadays is crazy because at this point, you just forced it. The man was asleep. The man was on soft. And yeah, you feel like, I'm going to crack this door open. I'm going to record him. And I'm going to call the police and say he assaulted me because he was sitting on his couch. He was knocked out. You see what I'm saying? And he really told you to leave the food on the door, at the door. He ain't say hand it to me. He said leave it at the door and go on about your day. As a DoorDasher, all you gotta do is put the food right there at the door, take a picture, and leave. There's no reason you should be knocking at the door. There's no reason you should be opening the door. You don't have to do any of that because DoorDash will leave them a notification that your food is here. DoorDash has GPS to tell you where the driver is at. You see what I'm saying? So the fact that you did all of that just for what? For a viral moment, and you got what you was looking for, and they say the bigger you are, the harder they fall. Or the faster you climb, the faster you fall. So you had your little 10 seconds of fame just for it all to go crashing back down on you literally within a week. Within 3 to 4 days, everything came crashing back down on you again. When you didn't have to do any of that. You could have made a TikTok like, hey, yo, TikTok, woo, I'm going to tell y'all my story. And you could have got about 100,000 views on that. You see what I'm saying? I got so many stories I could tell, but it's like, that's not how I want myself to be seen as a person. I could have been did so much outrageous and immoralistic things for a quick view, for a quick dollar. But that's just not the right thing to do. I got kids, bro. How's my kids gonna look at certain things? If I go bang bang and rah with all the street punks, all the young street punks, just to say that I'm a gangster, what you think my kids gonna want to do? You see what I'm saying? If I get locked up for selling drugs that have been diagnosed as Schedule 5 and are known to kill people, how do you think my kids is gonna look at life? They gonna want to get the quick and easy come up. And that's not the right thing to do. Sometimes it's good to be patient. Sometimes it's good to just, hey man, it's just not my time. And I don't want to do it the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? I don't need the quick, easy, fast dollar. I'll just be patient. That's always a good thing to do. It's not bad to do that. You feel me?
That man got up and said, ha ha.
He didn't do that.
And then she even said some things in her original video. Read. Remember when I played it for y'all? She says, well, whacked off. How do you know he whacked off? He could have very well been drunk.
Cause like you're inside your house naked. When you're doing these TikTok videos, all your TikTok videos are you inside of a whatever, a gown or whatever that's called, a bathing robe, a shower robe, a bathroom robe, whatever you want to call it, a robe. You have no clothes on. There was a clip of you in one of your TikTok videos where you damn near showed us a little too much. And you tried to, like, why didn't somebody call sexual harassment on you? Excuse my, because YouTube likes to ban people. I'm sorry for using that word. Why didn't anybody SA you for that? You see what I'm saying? So, make it make sense. If you do it, it's okay, but when he do it, it's wrong. He's in his own home. It's not like he left the door wide open. The door was just cracked. He probably just wanted to go pick it up real quick and close the door. That's probably how he was coming. He was probably just laying in his bed. Laying on his couch naked because he liked to be in the house naked. That's not a problem. There's nothing wrong with that. You like to be in your house naked. So what's the problem with somebody else doing it? You see what I'm saying? And every TikTok video you made, you had no clothes on. You had a robe on with no clothes under it. But it's a problem when somebody else do it.
Under some substances, passed out on his couch, in the comfort of his own home. You supposed to drop off that food at the door and leave. Now, once the full story came out, people ran to social media to call her out and say they were wrong and they were misled and she was actually in the wrong.
How long would it took for that DoorDasher to be arrested if it was a man? Yeah, because y'all act like y'all didn't get what I'm saying. So I'm going to ask y'all this way. How long it would have took for that DoorDasher to get arrested if it was a man? Now let's play the whole rollout, okay? All she had to do was drop that food off, take a picture, and take a happy behind back in that car.
You feel me?
She said that the door was open and this man is asleep in his house. Now, I don't understand where the sofa was. I guess it was right in front of the door. So let's give her all that. But if this man is asleep, and I don't care if he's butt naked from the head to the toes, when she pulls her phone out to record, and then try to distribute those videos. What I mean is she try to send it to DoorDash and then she try to upload it on social media. If that was a man that pulled up at that house and pulled his phone out and record that lady without her permission, and then try to send it to DoorDash, and then try to put it on social media. Do y'all know y'all been around here talking about boycott this and boycott that? But because she on here act like she's a victim, number one, what is the definition of SA? That's not SA. What she's talking about is not SA. This is a woman that recorded a man without his permission and then tried to put it out on social media and was sending the pictures out. I'm going to ask you again, if that was a man, how long it would have took for his behind to get arrested? Along with all the boycott y'all would have been yelling about.
And surprise, surprise, after the full story came out, we haven't seen a video from her in 3 days. Right? She hasn't given an update since October 16th. Alright? There's no reaction to the full story. Hey, no. Here's why I believe he's SA. Man. Now, she did respond back to DoorDash. It's not worth playing because all she said was, hey, it's unfair. I found out why I was fired the same time that the world found out. I don't feel like that's fair. Man, cut it out, man. But y'all let me know, bro. Yeah, this is why I'm genuinely terrified of some women. Not all women, bro, because most women, the majority of women are good. 99% of women are good. But there is 1% of people in every demographic that's bad. And yeah, this is why, man, like, I try not to take elevators alone with women that I don't know. I don't hop in Uber rides with women that I don't know because, again, I just want to be super safe and comfortable for all of us, man. But, yeah, man, y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think, right? And if you want to give amazing commentary like this, I've made $90,000 in 28 days on YouTube. I want to show you how I did it and grow the fast way. All right, if you want to grow, the link is in the description, as well as one-on-one consultation for me to help you grow on YouTube as fast as possible. The link is in the description as well. And also, too, you can sign up.
All right. Ain't no fast way of doing things. It's either your time